of the power of the resources that I have here at the golf clinic. This is the motion analysis software I use. This is one of my students. On the top I've got the first ever swing that I took of Gary. Gentleman's name's Gary Powell, by the way. And down on the bottom, this is session 2 that I had with Gary. So I'll just take you through some of the features of the software I use and just point out some of its benefits as well. Firstly, I'll start by talking about a couple of changes we had to make with Gary. Dealing with the top, as I said, his first swing, his stance is a little too narrow, and to me he's not showing good posture. Good posture is vitally important to the mechanics of a golf swing, especially what's happening within the hip region. If there's one thing I see that happens consistently with all the clients that come through, is they have the inability to understand the mechanics of the golf swing and what actually starts transition. In other words, what changes the move from the top of the backswing to initiating the through swing through to follow through. So just to use a couple of the tools now as an example, I'm just going to go and show you how we can talk about Gary's posture. He's a little bit locky-kneed here, and as a consequence of that, he has not enough tilt from the waist. If I just go down here and do the same thing again here, drop it into his knee flex there, you can see he's got a lot more tilt from the waist there. A very important aspect of the mechanics of golf swing, good posture, and as I keep suggesting to people, if your equipment doesn't fit you properly, in particular the length and most importantly the lie angle of the golf club, you won't have good posture. Let's get rid of those. Dealing with the screen on left, as I mentioned earlier, stance a little narrow, widen Gary's stance. I'll just pop a plane tool up here now so you can have a bit of a look at the major change. Gary has always had a problem, as most players do, coming over the top and cutting across the ball, which leads to pulse fades, which by that I mean for the right-hander they start out left and fade back to the right, and occasionally they result in pull hooks as well. As you can see, the width of that wedge is far narrower. That gets back to the tilt from the waist, as you can no doubt appreciate. So as we just start rolling Gary back now, the idea is to take that club back and set it, and most importantly to bring it down in that yellow shaded area. Now as Gary comes down, you'll notice at the top how he comes over the top, as we term it, whereas down on the bottom screen after the first session he's in a much better position here. As you can see, the club's casting over that line, and as he gets into the impact zone he's going to release a lot better through the golf impact area, and as a result get more the consistency and distance that he's after. Let's get rid of those couple of wedges now. Over here on the left of the screen, this is a thing that I see a lot if I just deal with the top. At impact, the individuals tend to stand up, and more importantly, they lose the ability to release the golf club because of the left arm breaks down, or chicken wing as we call it. As you can see down here on the bottom left, Gary's arm's a lot straighter through impact. Indeed, that's where it has to be, and you can see that he's staying in focus with the impact area. As he comes through, you'll notice here he's got a nice crossover and release of the golf club, whereas up here he has not released the golf club at all, and more activity in his right side. And the other thing I'll draw your attention to as we get through to finish, you can see how Gary's left elbow is folding outward here, in a much better position here, and that in effect helps him to release the club better. Similar finish positions, but a lot more balanced, and he swung the club down the line a lot better. If I just go back, and you'll notice here as we come down top of screen there, he'll go off to the left after he impacts. Notice where the club's going. You can see here he's staying with the shot a lot longer, and the club's actually travelling down the target line for a lot longer. So effectively we're able to get rid of that shot that plagued him in a very short time, in a matter of, well, collectively in time-wise, probably 30-35 minutes. The shot that plagued him for so long, which was the dreaded old pull fade, or the other thing that results is you hit fat shots and top shots, a whole myriad of different things. So part of the thing that I pride myself on, and the reason I suggest that I give the best lessons in Perth, is not so much my ability to coach, it's more the information that you'll get offered, which reflects on your ability to coach. I'm just being humble. But at the end of the day, my credo here at the golf clinic is that if I can get people going out there and playing better golf, they'll enjoy playing golf, and if they enjoy it, they want to go play it more, and then everybody in our industry benefits. The guys on the golf courses get out, and the players are buying more cans of Coke, chocolate bars, teas, balls, gloves, hats, and occasionally a set of golf clubs. All the little things that keep us going in the industry. I'll just wind him through to finish there, and you'll notice the difference in his finishing. So this just gives you a bit of an overview of the resources I have here at the golf clinic. By the way, up the top I teach you to the simulator. That's the simulator there. This screen is 4 metres by 3 metres, and you get to see the swing immediately after on the split screen. So the beauty of what I do, and everybody loves it, is they can see themselves, and more importantly they can see what they're doing for themselves.